Good morning, everybody. I'm sitting here at the shipper. This is my first, my maiden voyage at trucking with the new truck. The truck is a 2024 International. Owner op spec, diamond package, Cummins X15 efficiency series, Eaton transmission, copper color truck. Now don't have a black truck, which I have named the Pretty Penny because it's copper. Good morning, Max Force. Jerome, I know, right? Mark the mailman. Hi, guys. Okay, so supposedly I have a really excellent signal. And I got to the shipper last night. My appointment's for 11 o'clock this morning. And so me and Dee Dee are just hanging out. Say good morning. We're just hanging out. And I checked in. They opened the door at 6 o'clock. And so I checked in. And I asked nicely if there's any way they could fit me in early. So she said, well, we'll see. Let me take your number. I'll call you if, we can get you in. But she let me sign in and she took my paperwork. So maybe. But anyways, I'm here and I am at the mercy of the phone call. So if I get that phone call, I'll have to jump off of here. I've got to do some load switching today, which is fine. My broker's waiting to hear from me as soon as I can get in the door or whatever, and we can try to make some plans. So Snorlord is in the house. Good morning, Snorlord. Hang on, let me do this right. So I don't know if you can tell or not, but I have a whole lot of room in this truck. This is about as close to an RV as I think you can get. So I was just pouring my coffee because I'm not moving, so I can use my coffee cup. And Dee Dee's kind of restless this morning. She's into everything. Somehow within the move, I misplaced her little bag of toys. So we have her deer antler, which is the most important. And we have a plastic bone that she doesn't really like to chew on. But anyways, I'm going to have to make a stop to buy her some new toys. Jerome Jones says, making me feel a little jealous. Big Rig CEO is in the house. Good morning, sir. He says, congratulations on your new gig. Thank you so much. Fran is in the house. Good morning, Shannon and chat. And congrats on your new truck and company. Thank you. Thanks, Fran. Recruiter call channel's in the house. Hey, LaShawn, what's going on? He says, let's catch up in 5 months. You know what? Let's catch up sooner than that, brother, man. I don't we should talk more. Go Truck Yourself says good morning and is in the house. He says, Recruiter Call Channel says congrats. Thank you so much. Snorlord says, I got to meet Dee Dee. Cutest puppy ever. Oh, compliments about my dog gets brownie points. I'm just saying. She is cool. Like, I gotta say this. We went, after I turned the truck in at Dart, we ventured up to, go to the truck show because I wanted to meet up with the guys. And DIY, and I have to mention his missus because I got to meet them, which was really cool because I really wanted to meet her. And she is very awesome. So that was really cool. And I was hoping Mrs. Lord was there, but she opted not to come. So, and then Karen, and I wanted to see Karen, too. And I did get to see her. So the guys and the ladies. Anyway, so I get there on Saturday, and I was delayed picking up the rental car. Oh, my whole schedule got thrown off. So therefore, I was not there Saturday morning like I had wanted to be, and, drag everybody out to breakfast or whatever, or just see the show early in the morning. And so I ended up getting there at 4 p.m. on Saturday, which is when the show ends. So I missed the show, but I got to meet up with the folks. Yeah, so DIY and his missus got to meet Dee Dee also. And so she was very good. She had ridden all that way in the car with me. The car was packed out. Like, so packed I couldn't fit a person in there. She rode real good. And then I had to leave her in the car while we went to, when I went to meet up with DIY and his missus, and then we met Snorlord for dinner, and she also stayed in the car then, and she was good. And then we went out after that to another place, and she just patient. She was patient. She didn't try to chew anything or nothing. So I was very, very proud of her. Like, bless her heart. She just patiently waited, and she'd been in the car literally all day. And then she didn't get to get out of the car. Well, then we took off driving that night. I started heading back to Michigan. We got to about Cincinnati. I was tired, so we stopped at the rest area, and we stayed there. Got some sleep, and then I took off again in the morning to go home. So I made it home, got to see my family before I finally went over to Jeff's place to Lake Trucking, and we went over contracts, numbers, everything, and then that's, I think, when we did the video with the truck. Big Rick CEO says, was it difficult to walk away from all the equity you invested in your Dart truck? No, because I mean, you can look at it that way, I guess. My kids ask me that too, but the way I look at it is, I specifically had the perspective of going to Dart to gain an experience. And yeah, I did want to walk out with the truck, of course. But it's always, I guess it's better sooner than later when I'm even more money into the truck. But my perspective on the thing is that it is a lease. And you can either, lease to purchase, or you're just leasing it, right? So in my mind, it was like, okay, if I can purchase it, great. But if not, I always like to look at all sides. So if not, the truck pays for itself. That's not money that I would have had any other way. So it's like, whatever, because that money's made and it pays for that truck, and it's paid doing that work. And it's kind of how I look at it. Maybe it just makes me feel better looking at it that way, but the truck's always going to pay for itself. So it's never really costing me anything, because my focus is, getting profit to put in my pocket. So, Jerome, don't be jealous. Just come on over. Sean says, I got you. Tolga's in the house. Hey, good morning, Tolga. Go Truck Yourself says, how come you got a new truck? I thought you only had a little while longer to finish the lease. It was about 14 months. It would have worked out to be 14 to 16 months. And that's providing I didn't break down, right? And then have a repair bill that I would owe them and whatnot. So, you know, when you try to exit a lease purchase, and a lot of DART drivers are in this situation. They're trying to finish their lease. The truck gets out of warranty. Then there's a major repair. Then there's money owed. And then they kind of got to stick it out, depending on how they were able to finance that repair. If DART backed them up, like, they owe DART that money. And so a lot of times, sometimes the truck doesn't survive it. So the only opportunity that they have is to sign another lease. And then they have to pay off that debt and then try to manage that payment. And sometimes it's like $10,000. Sometimes it could be more. And then they have to manage that payment, trying to get profit, and then paying for the new truck that they're leased onto. Truck prices have went up at DART. I'm sure, you know, because of inflation and whatnot. So as you can probably see, that begins to be an endless circle. So I had to look at that like that. And being out of warranty is a bad place to be in that situation. So I had an opportunity offered to me. I thought about it. And my truck was in excellent condition, and the next thing it probably could have went, maybe with the mileage that it was gaining on it, was, you know, a turbo or a one box. Neither of which I'm in any financial position to handle. So, of course, when the offer came to me, not only was it eventually my goal was to be, you know, get that truck and sign it on with light trucking. That's what I was trying to work towards. So an opportunity became available where I could fast track all that and then come there and then have the opportunity to have a new truck that's got a warranty on it that's 6 years, 600,000 miles. And I'm like, okay. Now, I freaked out because I couldn't see how you know, you see the numbers and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm struggling with this used truck price. Like, how in the world could I possibly afford a new truck? Or can I, you know, make it with that payment? Because it's a little bit higher. Not as high as you would think. And so, of course, Jeff and I did the math. Deep into the math. Enough to realize that there's something wrong with my situation at DART. They're getting more money in my math, right? My math. Because I've always told you guys, my numbers, I was like, I know the numbers, like all that. There's a certain way that they do their calculations and how they take money out of you that ends up being a whole lot more money than what you realize. So working with Jeff a little bit on the math allowed me to see that. So I'm getting a whole lot more for my money. And getting charged a whole lot less. Making a better percentage also, which helps, you know, kind of take care of that. And I have a lot of restrictions off of me. I get 100% of my accessorial pays now, which will help greatly. I mean, that alone, because DART was getting 30% of that too. So there's a lot of reasons like that I I realized I just think it's a better situation all the way around. And because we're trying to develop a new lease purchase program, like trucking, this gives me an opportunity to help design something good that makes sense, and that's not a predatory lease program, and will help other drivers become owner operators without getting lost in that endless circle and that, right? So I'm excited about trying to build and develop something like that too. So I'm the guinea pig and I like it. Like, I think it's cool. I would love nothing more than be able to promote a good lease purchase program that where drivers can make money, they can have nice equipment and live the dream, right? And have good equipment for their businesses, because I believe that like trucking is about helping people and developing running their trucking companies successfully, getting strong there so that eventually they want to branch off and get their own authority or stay there or whatever. Like, Jeff has always seemed to me like he's provided that opportunity and education, right? He's always helping. So it's not like he's trying to keep people there in slavery and all of that stuff, There were a lot of carriers that I could not, or not carriers, shippers that I could not haul freight for that were actually good paying loads because of DART's record in the past, where drivers have just done a bad job and things like that. So I was also suffering not being able to get some income because of the carrier that I was with. So that was also a factor in my decision. So therefore, I decided to give up the truck, be able to get out of the DART lease while I could without owing DART money, which is unfortunately like maybe not the norm with people there. I wanted to get out while I was ahead. So I hope that kind of explains things. Hey, Daycab, what's up? I wonder if I can wrench people today. That's not gonna let me. Okay. So I got a new truck. The answer to that part is because that was the situation. So we want warranty, right? We want to stay under warranty. Taking a hit while developing a young business makes it that much harder. So the warranty is fantastic. Fran says good morning to Tolga. Tolga says, hey, Daycab, welcome, brother. Tolga says good morning, Fran. Good morning. Nomadic Brit is in the house. Everybody saying good morning. Good morning, good morning. Nomadic Brit is waiting to be offloaded, then head back to the crazy Chicago traffic and get reloaded. Go get it. So now I can wear my like hat as a daily because I'm actually out here representing now. So, which, it was always a little thing. I was saving this hat, but I really want Jeff to get me a new one with the ponytail holder, because this is a great hat. It's really high quality hat, which is why I've just saved it, kept my sticker on it and everything. But it's made for, I'm sure it's made for men, because I have a ponytail, right? I always have a ponytail or a bun or something, right? So the hats are much more comfortable for me to wear for work if I can either Velcro strap them around my ponytail, or if there's at least a hole, right? So I've asked him to try to get me one with a ponytail holder in it. Fran says, that's really great what Jeff did for you. Him and Spectre do great things in their business. Yeah, Spectre, and, you know, ultimately, if I wasn't going to be able to work with Jeff, I was like, okay, I mean, first I wanted to work with DIY. And when I approached him about it, it was back when I was at JV Hunt. It was a long, long time ago. And he wasn't doing stuff like that. And I would, of course, then I was like, okay, a used truck is fine because I don't want to spend a lot of money on the truck. Well, man, I've really learned a lot. I've really learned a lot about trucks and learning how to change my decision about the equipment that I need to have. Especially in the beginning, you know, I know new trucks are expensive, but I'd rather take that cost over time and keep, you know, and not suffer large repairs than have to get a used truck. And this is nothing on DIY at all. This is my opinion. Like, what I've learned about trucks. Like, I think having a new truck is better for me right now at the stage I'm at in my business. But yeah, I wanted to work for DIY, and he wasn't doing any lease purchases at the time that I had approached him. And then of course I learned more about Spectre and what he's doing, and then Jeff came into my life too. So I would love to work with any of those guys. They're good people. They're honestly genuine and trying to help people too. And they're working very, very hard to build their own fleet. So I have a lot of respect for those 3 fleet owners. Good mornings. Good mornings. This thing is huge. This truck is a beast, you guys. It's like I went from driving a minivan to a freaking bulldozer power. Like, it's very powerful. Like yesterday, I was in heavy winds and rain all day, all the way down from Michigan to Ohio, and it handled it great. So, bobtail, it's not so comfortable, but once she gets a load on her, like, it's real nice. Snowler says that Dart lease was bad news, designed not to be able to be paid off, no warranty, no safety net, no advantages. Yes. Thank you, Snorlord, for summing that up for me. It's hard to admit. It's hard to admit because I was determined to successfully work through that lease. So, so forgive me, guys. Some of it's a little like, you know, I have not yet dialed down exactly to every single thing, but I am absolutely adamant about doing that. I have to, like, it's going to drive me nuts. I have to figure it out. I have to know exactly where it hits you at and how it hits you exactly. I want to know, I want to figure it all out because I want to help other people understand all of the hidden things in their leases. I know a lot of very hard-working people at Dart. And it hurts me to know that they're in that situation. And I had to look at that from my own seat, right? And be like, there's so many people in that situation. I had to look at that, separate my emotions from that, the whole thing, and be like, this is kind of maybe what I'm looking at. And the only difference would be is if I just get lucky. You can't, I don't think it's smart to just run on luck. You know, yeah, I took great care of that truck. Somebody who gets it's going to have a great time. But they're going to be even closer to, you know, the risk is going to be even higher with the possibility of what could break down, right, as the miles get higher. So I just, it was starting to look a little cloudy over there, you know. And it's not like I would still be there had I not been made an offer and an opportunity. Like, I was driven on my goal. Like, I still would have been fighting through it, but man, I've been living on almost nothing, like, for the longest. And I have to make a change. Like, something had to give. And so the timing just, I guess, just worked out good. And it's good. Big Rig CEO says, I have walked away from 2 different leases, 2 different reasons. I didn't care about the equity loss either. If the situation is more beneficial, then it's worth the change. Good for you. Thank you, Big Rig CEO. You got to kind of look at everything, you know. And a big part of it is that people have so much passion about wanting to be an owner-operator or dreaming about truck ownership and all of this, right? And these sweet people, like the drivers I've seen at DART, they work so freaking hard and don't have a better opportunity to get it or get out of it, right? It's crazy. But you got to cut your losses, right? I was able to get out of this lease now before a major breakdown, so I decided I'm just going to cut my losses, man. But look, I didn't lose in the situation, okay? I gained so much knowledge. I learned how to run spot market. I was able to lease that truck with no down payment, right? So it didn't cost me anything to get in. And, but the education that I got in the meantime, which is why I came there, I got to try it. I got to hit all the bumps in the road. I got to make the mistakes. I got to do all of that stuff, and I got to build relationships. Like, to me, money's not everything. What I gained out of that experience is incredible. And it's made me a very, very strong business person for my own business, because I've been working hard against a lot of things, right, the whole time. So it's made me stronger. I don't count it as a loss. It's just time for my business to go to a new level, and I had the opportunity on the table, and so I took it, you know, and it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. It has nothing to do with my emotions, and I couldn't, and I love that Freightliner. Like, but that doesn't matter right now. We got to make boss decisions without emotions. And we got to move, because I was not willing to be one of those people in that situation, right? And let's be honest, guys, that's what I was facing. All of you have been sitting here watching me run on hope, and I just took really good care of the truck, and I was just thinking, like, if I can just make it to the end of my lease, right? But I mean, you can run your business like that, but I'd rather not. I'd rather not. Ambitious Hustler is in the house. Hey, I'm coming to DART. Okay. All I can say to my DART folks is, please read your contract. Please really dial into the math. Please consider your business goals, your future. Use the opportunity for your benefit. Okay, that's what I did. It was never my intention to stay at DART for a long time. If it worked out and it was great, then yeah, I would. It's always an option. But it was never my intention. But to work with DIY or Jeff or anybody, I needed my own truck. Like, I had to get in the game with my own truck. So that was my path to do that. Um, Stay in warranty. Stay in a truck. I don't care if you have to keep turning in that truck. If you're going to go to DART and you're going to stay there, stay in a warranty truck. When that warranty goes out on that truck, the first truck you got, you go get that better one. And you get back under warranty. That's my advice at the end of the story. Okay, ambitious hustler. So if you're going there and you're going to do that, stay in warranty. And you may not fully understand that now, but if you go there and you start talking to people, you'll understand why. But basically anything that I just explained, well, that's why you should, like, stay under warranty. I know you probably want to earn a truck or own the truck. And that's where it gets, your emotions get caught up in it, like it's tough. You want to own a truck. But I think the best thing and this is what I would tell myself, looking back. I would just keep leasing and stay under a truck with warranty. And then at some point when you get your credit fixed and built up and you can finance a truck, you are more than welcome to buy your truck out from DART and then keep the equity that you've paid into it. But you got to go write the full check. Or you go finance another truck someplace else, right? Use it for that opportunity. That's what I would suggest. I think I would tell myself that now, looking back. Fran says, what they charging you more in? Is that what you said, Fran? I think. Things like fuel taxes, things like repair costs, things like maintenance fund deductions, tolls. Those line items get very sketchy. Snorlord says the last thing Jeff wants is that truck back. He will do everything to make sure Shannon succeeds. Well, it's not only for me to succeed, but it's so we can make this work for other people, right? And I work very hard, but this is also going to be me setting the bar for it too, right? So anybody that does lease purchase doesn't want their truck back, right? You're trying to help somebody have it. So you don't want that cost put back on you. So the goal is to keep your people happy, keep them making money, everybody's doing well, everybody's developing, getting better, and then, they can walk out with a truck that's in good shape, not, and hopefully with some warranty underneath it. Still, when you walk out and finish the lease. That's my goal. The great thing about this truck is it's a 6-year warranty. So, oh man, do I have lots of time. So I think when Jeff decides to open this up and offer it to others, they can come with confidence. They can come with relief to know that they're going to be with people that are really looking out to take care of them and oh my gosh, Dee Dee. and help them be better in their business. Ambitious Hustler says, they said they'll pay me 60 cents per mile. Is that true? That you guys have a lot of miles. It depends on how you work, Ambitious Hustler. There's a lot of ways you can work at DART. I did the open market. I was an OPR driver, so I booked my own loads. I worked on the spot market. So I was totally in charge of my business the whole time. I made my decisions. If you're talking about company driver or something like that, I imagine that's what they would pay you. I'm not really sure about that side because I didn't do that. I worked their contract for about 5 months. That was too painful, and I bugged them to let me out on the spot market so I could be in charge of, my revenue. And that's what I did. And I mean, I did all right. I think under all the circumstances, I did okay. Sterling says, good morning, sister. Good morning, Sterling. WCF Invader says, why didn't you go to Adam? Well, at the time when I approached him at the beginning, like, he wasn't ready to do anything like that. But like I said, that was back when I worked at JB Hunt. And then I was not planning to leave Dart, but Mr. Light called me with an offer of an opportunity. And so that was the offer on the table. And so I accepted it. I did not have two offers on the table at the same time. So you know what I mean? It's not like I had to make a choice on who to go to, because I didn't have a truck to move. I mean, if I did, it would have just been a problem, because now we're still facing big repairs that I don't have the money for. So the situation was that I had an opportunity. I was called, I was given an offer, and I accepted the offer. Truck pilot Nate is in the house. Hey, I haven't seen you in a while, Truck pilot Nate. I certainly hope that this is more lucrative than your previous situation. I'm sure it will be, since it's not a mega. Yeah, definitely. The terms are way different. The work ability, like the way I can work and the things I can do, I have less, like, there was a lot of restrictions at Dart, which did not help me, increase my revenue, because I was held back from things. There were shippers that I could not work with, so the brokers couldn't even book me on those loads because it was Dart, that type of stuff. So there was a lot of holdbacks. I don't have those now. Like, all that stuff is relieved off of me, so I will definitely do better. Fran says, is that a full maintenance lease or regular? It's a full maintenance lease. I mean, maybe I don't know what the term exactly means, but everything on the truck is covered, except for obviously like my brakes, my tires, that stuff, the wear and tear stuff. But everything else is covered for 6 years, 600,000 miles, and it's brand new. So I can go to work. I can go work this baby, and I don't have to worry, right? I know everything can happen to a new truck. I know. Nomadic Brit says, Nate, megas can be lucrative too, just saying. Yeah, Nomadic Brit did lease purchase through Omega Schneider, and he's doing very well, and he's still with his carrier, and he's knocking it out of the park. So we got to give that. Everybody's situation is different, You got to do what works for you. Truck Pilot Nate says, oh, sure, they can be, but most aren't. Right. Well, yeah. They have a lot of overhead that they have to meet, and so they have to be very creative with how they profit and make money. I ain't mad at them. Russell Freight Services is in the house. Hey, good morning. Stepped Into Trucking is in the house. Good morning, lady. Good morning. He says, I got an expanded warranty. Okay. Yeah, so just because, like, this is a brand new truck, that's the warranty that comes with a brand new International, which I'm okay with it. Of course. I'm like, it's like, okay, now I got some time to breathe and continue to build my business stronger, right? That's what I love about it. And I got a Cummins. Like, I've never had this before. I've only driven an International, and it was a stick shift, and it was an old beat up one. But when I worked for FedEx for 2 months, that's what I drove to pull the doubles. And, it was nice. It was spacious on the inside too, but it was a beast. And just because it was old and beat up from FedEx work. But that's the only other time I've driven an International. And, this thing is absolutely beautiful. It's fully loaded with everything. Sterling says, mega carriers like to starve people into leases. You've done a smart move. Get a reefer trailer ASAP. Okay. Stepped into trucking says, trying to get out of Canada. Oh, yeah? They didn't have you a backhaul already? What are you doing? You're so busy right now. Nomadic Brit says, Sterling, I did okay with my lease purchase. They're not all the same. That's true. Fran says, what megas are starving people? Shake my head. Fran says, you starve yourself by not knowing what you're doing. Stay company. Sterling says, do any research on OIDA and their truth in leasing battles, and you'll see the dirty games that mega carriers pull. Yeah, some, not all. Some, like, okay, so if I had chosen to continue on, I hope I'm lucky to finish my lease, I would have completed it. I would have done it. I would have survived it, and then I would have been able to take my truck and move on. So, you can't generalize it. It all depends on the situation. And do you want to say hello to everyone today? There she is. Good morning, Dee Dee. Oh, yeah, and I'm wearing Wilburner's shirt right now today. Oh, she's off on something else. That quick. Truck Pilot Nate says, there's a reason the failure rate is so high. It's true that some work out. It's also true that the majority of them are nothing more than a scam. You have to be really, really, really careful. And, and it's a shame. It's a shame. So that's why I'm excited to be part of this project, because to design something that's honest, fair, and that works, and allows a person to be able to still earn capital for their business, earn revenue for their business, while purchasing a piece of equipment. And I'm glad to be a part of something like that, because I think that I've crawled on my belly and I think that I'm a good person to use as a guinea pig for the first one and help develop that. So I'm excited, because I would love nothing more to be like, look, we got this thing locked in, rock solid, here it is, and I'll be able to tell people about it and hopefully rescue some drivers from some bad situations that they're in, right? Like, I would love nothing more for this to develop into that, because I know some people that work so hard and they just need a chance, and the more they work at their chance, it's just taking more away from them and sending them farther and farther down the hole. Dying Breed is in the house. Congratulations on the new truck. Thanks, Dying Breed. Nomadic Brit says, Sterling, you can't categorize all lease purchases as the same. The narrative is wrong, and I and many have done extremely well, just saying. Go Truck Yourself says, what kind of truck is it? Okay, so I think I just said it, but it's a 2024 International. It's got a Cummins X15 efficiency series, Eaton transmission. I got huge tanks on it. It's all diamond stitched in here. A ton of lighting. It's got a built-in APU. It's got a built-in refrigerator, which is tiny, but we'll figure it out. Everything. I got back massagers in the seats. I got all kinds of lumbar supports, like 3 different lumbar back supports, that airbags in the seats, which is really super awesome. It's got the wood grain. I'm all moved in and organized now. Oh my God, Teeny's she's made a mess. I knew she was busy, but she just got my whole makeup bag out everywhere. Lots of storage space. It's different than the Freightliner though, right? Like, I had trouble. I ended up taking out the top bunk mattress to use that space for the extra room that I needed for some things I couldn't find room for, right? So I didn't want to do that, but I ended up having to do that because it's got a lot of space, not a lot of closing cabinets, and there's a lot of tucking areas, right? So you can put stuff like down underneath the bed. There's lots of room down there, but I can't keep stuff on the floor because of Dee Dee. So I kind of wish that there was maybe, if I had 2 more extra closing cabinets like I did on the Freightliner up here, I think that would be sufficient. But there's extra cup holders, there's USB ports, there's everything. It's very nice. It's very comfortable. The display is very nice, and I'm very happy with it. It's just different, because I've always lived in a Freightliner. Yeah, she's like, when she can get a hold of something, she can make a mess. Like sometimes it's like having a little 2-year-old. Good news is though, she's lost 3 of her canines, so she's only got one little sharp tooth. That she's, look at my hand, right? I get stuff like this because she's always been trying to chew on my hands, and she's got these needle teeth. So the good news is while we were home, she lost 3 of them, roughhousing with the other dogs. And she's only got one left. I've been laughing at her because she's only got one little tooth. But I'm excited about that because she can't needle me anymore except for that one tooth. But I can get away from that one. Hunt eaters. So she's gotten confident enough to venture up in the passenger seat, which she hasn't done before. She's getting bigger now, so I think as she does, she's gonna finally take her seat in the passenger side, which is where I'd like her to sit. She always lays on the floor right now since she was little when I first got her. Let's see, where was I? Sterling says, Nomadic Brit, you went specialized freight, a totally different animal from the majority. Tolga says, congrats on the new truck, by the way, ma'am. Thanks, Tolga. Truck Pilot Nate says, I've known a few folks who did really well in lease purchases, and I know a lot more that were pressured into one and failed. Yeah, there's all kinds of scenarios and stories because people have different situations, right? You can't, they're not all the same. They're not. And even lease purchases at the same company may not all be the same. Cheap Freight Hauler's in the house. Hey, Cheap Freight Hauler. Thanks for coming in. Good morning, everyone. It looks like I got 38 people and 6 likes. So if everybody just take a second and go pop the like for me. Pretty please with sugar on top. I'm like only 100 and something away from 1,000 subscribers. So thank you to all you subscribers. Thank you to everybody for your support. I'm getting close. I just need like 100 more people. Cheap Freight Hauler says, congrats on the new truck, Shannon. Thank you so much. Everybody's saying hi to Cheap Freight Hauler. Fran says, facts at Nomadic Brit. How they still have leasing programs if it's such a scam and people there are doing great in them for years. Well, the doing great part is the variable, right? Some people do well with them and some people don't. And I think the market has a touch on that too, Depends on, or, well, maybe not, because that's a mistake, because I don't think a lot of lease purchases let you run the open market like I was able to. So Go Truck Yourself says, shouldn't be working that hard and not getting anywhere. Leaving was your best choice. I agree with that, Go Truck Yourself. I was literally working my face off and then not being able to pay myself a lot of weeks, you know. And if you average that out, like I probably made less wages than a McDonald's manager. No hating on the McDonald's managers, but I'm just saying. Not fair, but I was willing to make that sacrifice to get my truck to move on to the next part of my goals, right? So I'm very thankful for the opportunity I've been given here, because it rescued me from a lot of potential bad situation that I could have been facing. Stepped Into Trucking says, I'm glad you're in a better situation, motor on. Thank you, Stepped Into Trucking. Yeah, me too. I feel very positive about everything in the direction that I'm going now, and I'm very thankful. I'm very thankful to have this opportunity. Go Truck Yourself says, Sterling, you're 100% right. Lease purchase through megas is a scam. That's why turnover rates are so high. Fran says, and that's the whole purpose of leasing with megas. You learn the game the right way instead of listening to failed social media. Trucker with T-Bone's in the house. Good morning, Trucker with T-Bone. Thanks for coming in. I have 31 people, 18 likes. Please hit the like. Please, just take a second to go hit the like. Nomadic Brit says, Go Truck Yourself. I have to disagree, sir, speaking from experience. Toga says, hi to T-Bone. Sterling says, leasing a truck is a delicate balance between scheme and scam. Everyone has different experiences and perspectives. You know, I feel like I got what I came for at DART. I wanted the chance. I wanted the chance to learn the spot market, to see what it was like running like that, to make, sing for my supper, so to speak, right? I wanted the hands-on. I wanted that. So if the renting the truck, Ardor Express does the same thing. You can lease the truck and you can go. I don't think they let you on the spot market. They just keep you on contract freight. But it depends on what you're willing to pay and what you're going to get out of it. For me, it was a education I needed. And I had the chance to get a piece of equipment. But I still needed time to do a couple things to fix my credit. Right? And that's a lot too. Like, people need that opportunity so that they can take a little bit more time to fix their credit, but get working on maybe a truck purchase or whatever, or just lease the truck to try to get to the better money. Like, there's so many different situations you can use a lease option for. What we're trying to design here is a lease to ownership where the driver can be profitable, work the spot market, but it's helping them get the truck. So it's going to be exciting to design a program that's going to be able to be repeatable, right? No scam. No scheme in that. Like, it's okay for other people to make money off a business deal. That's what business is. It's what you're willing, right? You got to know what you're signing up for, right? It all comes down to that. Like, you got to read the contracts. You got to ask the questions. You got to learn about what you're getting yourself into. T Hill is in the house. Hey, T Hill. Good to see you in here today. Good morning. Tolga says, hey, it's been a long time. Nomadic Brit says, Fran, I agree, ma'am. Go Truck Yourself says, Brit, you name one legit lease program from a mega that doesn't have at least 70% turnover rate. Specialized doesn't count. So that's what he's saying. I think that's what Sterling's saying too. A specialized freight, they're not counting that, and that the general, I guess, dry van is what they're talking about. Russell Freight Services says my whole truck covers for $800K. Are you talking about your? I'm not sure what you mean. I'm assuming you mean your whole truck is covered by a warranty for the first 800,000 miles. I'm not sure what you're saying there. T Hill says salute to Tolga. Nomadic Brit says, hold on everyone. What's this bash the mega operators? Let's make this clear. Like, I'm not bashing Dart. I got what I came for. I'm very happy to have the opportunity. I'm very grateful to them, and I'm very thankful for them. But there's some things to learn from that. And what I'm saying to myself, if I went back and talked to myself, and any advice I might give someone else who's choosing to go the Dart route, is stay under warranty. Prepare yourself to purchase a truck, whether that's the truck that you're already leasing or purchase another truck and get it financed on your own or whatever. That's what I would tell myself. Stay under warranty. Like, as soon as that Freightliner went out of warranty, I should have flipped into another truck and in warranty. And the whole time being able to focus on getting my financial situation ready to buy a truck. Wherever that truck was going to come from, right? That's how I would approach it today. So this is not, let's not bash everybody. Like, everybody knows what lease purchases are. It's an expensive way to get a truck. And you're going to work your ass off for it. And some people are willing to try. They try, and if they fail, or if it's they can't be profitable enough to fix their financial situation, they can't be profitable enough to save money for the truck purchase, that's why they're quitting. Go Truck Yourself says, if you're riding around one major breakdown away from bankruptcy, that's no good. Right. And I really had to say that to myself. Take my emotions, my hope, and my passion out of my dream and all that, and separate that and say, look, thank God we made it this far with no major breakdowns, but it's a machine. And Jeff said it right to me too. He said, even if those things don't break down, like, every part in that truck has 600,000 miles on it, or 550,000 miles on it, or 560,000 miles. So you got to understand, like, okay, so you got this and that repaired, but the rest of the parts in that truck have that high mileage on it too. And that kind of was like, yeah, he's right. It's a machine. We have to remember it, like, it's a machine. It's wear and tear. And the way I had to run to get myself any money, I took care of that truck so it would run, but at the same time, like, I put some wear and tear on it. And God knows there were only 2 drivers before me, so I don't know how they drove. But when I got the truck, there was 417,000 miles on it. Fran says they stay nowhere long enough to learn anything. They will leave for a penny more, just greedy. Sometimes that's the case too, Fran, right? There's a lot of reasons people jump. But you got to do what's right for you, And things change in people's lives. Sometimes they get better, and then they just, okay, I don't need this no more, and I'm going to go do this. Sterling says, leasing is just a tool to gain knowledge and experience. The most important part is developing proper business mindset that you can bank a future on. And that's what I intended to go do what I was doing at Dart for. If I could walk out with a truck, I figured it'd be, once I didn't want to finance a $80,000 payment. I wanted to finance a $20,000 payment, right? But now my mindset's changed based on what I've learned, going through it, looking at the numbers, thinking about average maintenance costs throughout the years, right? Learning how much downtime can cost you for real. Right? There's a lot involved in it. So my mindset's changed a whole lot because I've learned so much, right? So I got that out of it. So I'm very happy. I'm very grateful to Dark for that. Fran says that's why they do at Nomadic Brit. It's never ending. This I'm better than you stuff, and they're not. Misery loves company. Jerome Jones says, good morning to T Hill. Nomadic Brit says, Jerome Jones, man of mystery. Good mornings. Nomadic Brit says, Fran, agreed, it works for some and it doesn't work for others. I do know drivers on our van side that have done really well too. Yeah, I mean, one guy might have a wife and kids at home and one guy doesn't. It's going to be easier for the single guy. I mean, just as an example, like, Jerome Jones says, full maintenance, that's nice. It is nice. I'm like, relief, right? I was driving around with like, please God, don't let my truck break down. So this is nice. And this truck is beefy, man. It's like, it's so sturdy and strong and built tough. Like, even the plastic, even though it's still plastic, it's tough, thick plastic. It's not like the thin plastic that was in my Freightliner. Chris says, so what's the plan now with the new truck? So I'm at Like Trucking. Got the new truck. I'm still running my business. I'm working with one of my mentors, finally. And I'm very geeked about that. I have every intention to help him build his business while he will help me build mine. I'm in a great place, and we are going to develop. We're using this opportunity to develop a lease purchase program that helps drivers, and I'm very excited about that. So that's the plan. Fran says, ungrateful people, some are, you get a truck, no money down, no SSC, you start a business with nothing, a brand new truck or used. Do you know this didn't exist in early mega startup time? Yeah, it didn't. It didn't, Fran. You're right. Sometimes I just see companies just throwing trucks. Like they're doing anything they can to get drivers and get them locked in, right? It's tough for those carriers too, man. They got to figure out how to lock drivers down so they don't lose them. That's a factor too. Think about that. WCF Invader says, hope you don't take this in the wrong way, but going to a carrier that has no direct freight and takes 20% seems very risky. I don't see how. But you know, I don't see how now, but that's okay because I'm still, you know, I haven't been in this business for 28 years. To me, direct freight is risky because you have to meet that schedule. You have to make sure that those contracts are met. And what if you can't? And what if you lose drivers, right? And then you have to get other drivers to back you up or help you out. Like, I don't think that I know it's good and maybe the rates are better if you have a contract like that in direct customer for sure. But as volatile as it is to try to keep drivers, that seems risky. So I feel like at this point, this is just as risky as that. One just pays probably better. You know, I don't know. I'm no pro right now, okay, you guys, like, don't, I'm not trying to be a pro, I'm not trying to be the teacher of anybody, I am the student. Like, I love you guys for, like, coming in here, always being supportive and not being mad at me for not knowing everything, and you guys giving me all your advice too. Like, I love you guys. Max Force says, 6, do you have Sirius XM radio? I do in here. It says it on the stereo, but I don't like have a subscription or anything, so I don't know if I don't even turn on the radio, so I don't know. I haven't really like got that far into it yet. Everybody's saying hi. Dee Dee Britt says hi. I'm going to show you. Puppy cam. That's her spot. She got her puppy blanket. She's just chilling because she's bored. That's what's going on with Dee Dee. Oh my gosh, I'm really behind. It looks like the boss is in the house. Truckers Education Network, Wheel Burner. Man, we get into some conversations in here and I get behind on comments. Walking each other home is in the house. New trucking, new company. Yes. I am now with Like Trucking. New truck is 2024 International with the Cummins X15 Efficiency Series and Eaton transmission. I'm chromed out. I'm really chromed out. Lucky Lady Slaps is in the house too. Good morning. I'm so proud of you. It's good to see happy written all over your face. Thank you. Britt says, I think it's best that we all have to realize drivers like me and Fran are pro-lease because it's worked for, and it works for some people and it doesn't, and it is what it is. I think it's it's great that this is an industry where we have a chance to try, right? People have a chance to go out there and do it. And what do? You learn hard lessons. You learn a lot of things the hard way, but you have a chance to go chase your dream. And that's available here. Like, we can't take that for granted. Whether it's all perfect or not, this is an industry where what other industry other than maybe some tradesmen or something like that has people or other companies that try to set you up? I don't know of any, but it's not to say they're not out there, but I'm just saying, like, it's abundant here in trucking. So if we step back and look at it like that, that's pretty freaking cool. It sucks that people have to be predators, right? And take advantage of that situation, but Wheelburner says, yes, I know it's been hard for me over the last couple of weeks to keep my mouth shut. I'm not very good at keeping secrets. I'm not either. No, I am good at keeping secrets. It just, but when it's something happy, I just want to explode. And I want to tell the good news all the time. I'm trying to catch up. I gotta go back. I kind of jumped forward. Let me see. Okay, Wheelburner's in the house and he says, is the secret out? Yeah. Truck Pilot Nate says, hats off to you and Jeff. I've never been brave enough to lease a truck to anyone. Heck, I'm very selective about who's leased to me. Well, this is going to be selective. Don't get that wrong. Like, it is a very delicate situation, right? It's a very delicate risk for Jeff to take. That's why it's going to be selective. It's not like we can be like, hey, everybody, come on over, you can have this. I mean, it might be that, but the selection process, I'm sure, Jeff is very careful about who he has come to work with him, and rightfully so, you know. I don't think this is going to be any different. He really gives you, he gives you a lot to develop you, right, while you're there working with them, and would like to keep good people, you know, and we all work together. We're more powerful together, so it's going to be very awesome. But it's going to be also very interesting to be a part of, and I'm excited. Like, I'm happy to be there where I can help give back to him and his business, because he's given so much out, and it's helped me learn so much. So I'm finally been given an opportunity to do that. I'm very pleased about it. Everybody's saying hi. Britt Wilburner. I said what Wilburner said. Britt says, I think it's best that we all have to realize drivers like me and Fran are police because it worked for us, and there will be something against some against because it didn't work. We should just appreciate our situations. Yeah, you know, you figure it out. It's not anything different than any other job. Like, you have to figure out what works for you. Dodie is in the house. Good morning, Dodie. Thanks for coming in. If you haven't hit the like yet, please go hit the like real quick. Everybody's saying hi. Fran says, that's not facts at Go Truck Yourself. I would like to see solid mathematic proof on that. What did he say? Yeah, I don't think it's everyone. Go Truck Yourself says, Fran, Google it. It's not secret information. Sterling says, that new truck and gratuitous puppy videos, you'll get monetized in a month. Yeah, I have puppy footage, but I'm a terrible editor, and it takes forever. Like, I did a video for the Dart people yesterday, for Dart lease purchasers, talking about exiting the Dart lease, right? And it's still uploading. Like, how terrible. So I get discouraged. Nevada Trucking and Trails is in the house. Good morning, Nevada. Thanks for coming in. Go Truck Yourself says, Toga, every time someone says ma'am, all I can think of is that video of a... Oh, I'm not going to say that stuff. Fran says, yes, that was a bad lease. McDonald's wages. Ew. Fran says, Google ain't it. Get me Mega's numbers. Wilburner says, hey, wait a minute. That's a really nice t-shirt you got on, right? Yeah, this is my Wilburner Express t-shirt. Get you some at Wilburner Express's channel. I love it because it's pink. And so I wear it, you know. I've been wearing it out already. I do have my light trucking hat on, though, and I am drinking my coffee from my Snorlord coffee cup. I hope you get one of these, too. Go over to Snorlord's channel, and go to his merch tent. Grab yourself an awesome coffee cup. Nevada Trucking Trail says, like all states, you're in good hands. Like all states, you're in good hands. So does this mean Lord of Snore will be my dispatcher? No, this means that Snore Lord is my safety manager, per se. My safety guy. And that's fine, you know, because Snore Lord and I have a great relationship because we're cool with each other, but he's not afraid to tell me the truth, and he knows that I appreciate it. So it's just straight up. Like, if he needs to tell me something, and I try to be completely perfect, but if I do screw up or whatever, like, we have the type of relationship where we're going to be able to have a professional conversation about it, and it's not going to ruin our friendship, right? Like that. Fran says, reading is a privilege. Truckers Education Network is in the house. He says, good morning, everyone. Early live feed. Yep. I'm sitting here waiting for the magic phone call if they'll let me come in early, or I just have to wait till 11 o'clock until my appointment. So I have a great internet signal, so I just decided, hey, why not do the video now? I wanted to do it last night, but I drove until I got here. So I didn't, by that time it was late and I was completely exhausted. So this morning is it. Fran says, good morning to Jeff. Nomadic Brit says, good morning to Jeff. Will Burner says, congrats with Shannon, Jeff. Truckers Education Network says, what she is saying, they were a business learning experience. What she is saying, they were a business learning experience, and now she has the opportunity for truck ownership and more increased business potential in what we are developing. Thank you. Yes, that's what I was saying. That's the point. That is the point. Nomadic Brit says, Jeff needs to build up light trucking, so after I have bought Schneider, I will be looking to buy light trucking. I heard you say that the other day in a chat, Britt, that you were going to buy light trucking and Schneider. I don't think light trucking's for sale, but it might be. I don't know. Maybe everything's for sale. Cheap Freight Hauler says he's going to wait until we get it developed just perfect, and then Nomadic Brit's going to come in and Cheap Freight Hauler says, I think the reason so many fail with lease purchase is because of their mindset. A lot will enter a lease thinking the company is helping them and sign contracts without understanding it. Exactly. That's what happens at DART a lot. Okay? Like, no doubt. I've seen it time and time again, and I'm just like, oh my God. I've been telling drivers, well, it's in your contract. You read your contract, right? Oh, no, I didn't read it. There you go. Fran says, anyway is expensive if the dealer ain't raping you, the mechanics raping you, then the mechanics are, then the government and the brokers and the truck stops. What you're going to do about nothing, just get out of the kitchen. Yeah, peace out, right? Peace out. Go Truck Yourself says, I'll only buy a truck with 300,000 miles plus on it, but I'll always make sure I have the means to fix it if it breaks. Yeah. Now see, that's not a bad plan. That's not. Truckers Education Network says, STT, we are blessed and we will continue blessing others. And that is the goal. That is the number one goal, in my opinion. Snorlord says, Nevada, she won't need me as a dispatcher. She is good at that. She has developed some great relationships with brokers and she is able to keep them, but if she needs me, I can help. And that's how it's always been, Snorlord, and I thank you. You've always been there to help me if I need it. You've always offered that. You've always been a good friend to me. And it's only up from here. Like, I'm excited. Fran says, you're doing great at Jeff. I'm proud to watch your progress. Oh man, there's big things coming to Lake Trucking. So I'm super pumped about being here and being able to be a part of it. Nevada says, right on. Mark Ely says, good morning, everyone. Mr. Charles is in the house. Good morning, Mr. Charles. Good morning. Congratulations on positive move in career and business. Thank you, Mr. Charles. I appreciate you. I still can't wrench people. That sucks. Okay. I'll wrench everybody after this is over because it'll let me do it once the live is over. Cheap Freight Hauler says, I've never worked for a Mega, but had a friend that worked for one some years back. As soon as he hit 6 months mark, they started hammering him with lease purchase almost daily. Sometimes I think if they really like how you, like if you're a butt kicker, right? Like you go out there and you're a hard worker, and they would love to have you on lease purchase, depending on how they got their setup. Now sometimes it can be because they want to pay you less because you're making great money, right? You gotta watch it. Everybody's saying good morning to Mr. Charles, Mark Ely. What makes Mega 5K trucks more? What makes Mega 5K trucks more? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Dar says, congrats, Shannon. Thank you, Dar. Hey, Dar, I'm wearing you guys' t-shirt today. This is my Wheel Burner Express t-shirt, which was a gift from the Wheel Burners, the Wheel Burner family. I very much appreciate it. I promised I would show it off. And yes, Wheel Burner, I do have my tag in the window of this truck as well. And I'm glad I didn't stick it on my Freightliner C. So as soon as I moved in here, I put my Wheel Burner paper in the front, my sticker. Fran Mariah says, Shannon is with Jeff. She will do just fine, direct or spot. Jeff will have direct soon, no doubt. WCF Invader says, direct freight allows for consistency and higher rates, especially when we're in a market like we're in now. Carrier with a brokerage allows flexibility among drivers to do spot or contract. You're right. Absolutely. But is it like, I think you can do this or that. I think you can do both. Why not? Why not do everything? I'm all about like that. Like, get it all. No matter, Britt agrees with Fran. Jeff knows where he's going to do. Yes, he does. Jeff is very, very focused on what the future holds, and I definitely see his vision. I can see it so clearly, and I know I can be a very big help to that vision. Like, I totally know that. There's no doubt in my mind. Mark Ely says, contract freight is down. I see it on my end. I was using Canada to my advantage. I just crunched my numbers year to date. $1.31 profit on all miles so far this year. Down from $2.39 same time last year. Well, at least you got a profit, Mark. It's been a painful year, but congratulations on that. Thank you for sharing your numbers too. Yeah, so, fuels went up, right? It's tough. Of course, that hit your profit margin. Snorlord says, WCF Invader, like trucking, does have a brokerage. Fran says, Nomadic Brit, Jeff comes from Megas, so he knows the game. He never failed at anything. Nomadic Brit says, Fran, exactly, and he understands. Yeah, Jeff was at Schneider. Jeff worked at Landstar. Like, he knows the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's why he has a heart to do something better and outstanding for people that really want to have a business and develop their business and trucking. He's really got a passion for helping people, and super cool. Snorler says, Shannon has the freedom that if she finds a direct customer, she can set that up and utilize that. Yes, I forgot to mention that. If I find somebody that I want to have as a direct customer, I can get that. I have so much more opportunity to grow in different directions here, and the support to do it. So I'm in a very, very nice situation, and I can't thank Jeff and Snorler enough, for thinking of me and respecting me and offering this to me. Like, and I fully plan to bring so much to the table, right? So I want to help. I want to be a part of what Jeff is doing. It's some really, really big stuff. CB is Angel Ortiz is in the house. Good morning, Angel. How are you guys doing today? Good morning, Miss Lady. How are you and Dee Dee doing today? Where are you guys off today? I'm sitting in a shipper waiting to get a call to have them let me in early because my appointment's not till 11 because I got here last night. I always get early to shippers and I try to weasel my way in there, like every time. WCF Invader says at Snorlord, they don't have direct freight, and that was my point. Brokerage without freight seems pointless. If they had direct freight, I'd be more interested. Currently, if I had to pick, I'd go to DIY semis carrier. Truckers Education Network says contract freight is only good with company drivers, so you can serve the customer when the market is good, because spot price always beats contract freight when you average over time. Nevada says brand new truck. That's awesome. I liked my International and a good motor. Yeah, it's fun. It's different driving the Cummins to the Detroit. Definitely different. This thing drives like this. Is so much power, right? It just feels. It's a little intimidating, but I'll get used to it, And everything's brand new, so it's still kind of a little bit stiffy and stuff. Go Truck Yourself says, what you seeing for miles per gallon? Oh man, it's been great. Like, I only went like 400 some miles yesterday. I mean, on the longer part of the haul, right? I think I got like 8.7 and I have a 43,000 pound load. Like, it's good so far. Like, I don't have numbers yet, but I will. I'm gauging, right? I'm still like watching. This is just my first trip, so. Fran says, facts at Jeff, there's levels to this thing called trucking business. WCF Invader says, Trucker Education Network, you're definitely a pro at spinning it, but last I checked, the spot market is not good. Relationships is where it's at for sure. Truckers Education Network says, if you have brokers that call to get their freight moved in times like these, we do. That is better than contract freight. If you know the business, you would know that direct shippers cancel contracts. Tank Kelly Trucking says, sounds like good vibes. Like Trucking has all the pressure on their shoulders. They want you to succeed and help their brand, and they know you will be a good positive ambassador for them. Go get it. Absolutely, Tank Kelly. Absolutely. Like, I've always been vocal about being grateful for Jeff for just being a generous teacher. What I've learned from just watching his channel has been outstanding. So I am very excited to give back everything that I can. Like, absolutely, because it's changed my life. It's taught me this craft. Yeah. Fran said he said average over time, right? Truckers Education Network says tenders to put that freight on the spot to get it hauled. Nevada says preferred carrier. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I love working the spot market. I've thought about for my own business, like, do I want to even go get contracts? To me, the flexibility I have with my business, with working spot and working with brokers and having the good relationships with certain brokers. I mean, like, my truck's always running, you know? I'm serving that customer. I'm just not locked in any contract with them, so I can move at any time. I can go work with somebody else at any time, and I'm not in any penalty for that. So I love the freedom of it. When you make the good, tight relationships with the brokers that got the freight that you want, they're calling you. You're gonna move it. Like, there's no worries. And for one day, if they don't, you go run something else. Like, big deal, you know? Truck Pilot Nate says, my selection process is about who's leased on to me is pretty specific. I'm a 4th generation owner operator. Anyone leads to me had to work with my dad or grandpa and watch me grow up. Well, that's a good policy, Truck Pilot Nate. I imagine that proposes less risk to you, right? Toga says, hi to Dara. I just noticed you, he says. Nevada says, congratulations, by the way. Thank you, Nevada. I appreciate that. It's new beginnings, you know. I'm excited. I'm refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. I feel like a lot of restrictions have been taken off me, so I have more freedom with my business, which is important to me because I have different ways that I have to change, you know, how I move and to get more revenue in these times, right? To be creative, and that stuff was totally taken away from me in the situation I was in. Alfalfa's in the house. He says, good morning, y'all, from Bloomington, Illinois. Getting scheduled maintenance at the terminal. Sun is shining. Going to be an awesome day as I will be heading home when the truck is done. Well, congratulations, Alfalfa. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. So that's good. You get to get a home visit. Go Truck Yourself says, puppy footage, as in show me your puppies. No, my puppy's Dee Dee, okay? Go Truck Yourself. When I talk about puppies, that's the puppy I'm talking about. Or my puppies at home. Fran Mariah says, I have to go shopping. No more milk for coffee. I'm having English breakfast tea today. Oh, that's good. That tea is good for you. Truck Pilot. I don't put nothing in my coffee, Fran. It's just black. No. I do put my collagen in here, which is a chocolate flavor, so that makes it taste yummy. Truck Pilot Nate says, much better than coffee, in my opinion, Fran. Toga says, sounds delicious. Nomadic Brits, pumped about that. Alfalfa says, congrats on the new opportunities. Thank you, Alfalfa. Nevada Trucking Trail says, I'll come to like trucking if I can be Snorlord's safety manager. Well, I mean, Snorlord's kind of at his office these days, right? So what are you going to do there? Nomadic Brit says, Kyle, when I buy like trucking, you will have to work for the redcoats. Truckers Education Network says, we also have a contractor retiring looking to sell his truck and will do a owner financing if the truck stays here until paid. Wow. Okay. So there's a spot open there. If anybody might want to check that out. Jeff, if someone's interested, who can they call? Where do we want to direct them to contact you at? Dar says, hey, Toga. Will Burner says, Britt, after 6 months of working for you, I want to hear Kyle walking around with a thick English accent. Nobody's laughing. Truck Pilot Nate says, Nomadic Brit, there's nothing wrong with the redcoats. We sent the bad ones back long ago. Only the good ones were allowed in now. Nomadic Brit says, Wheelburner, if the British took over, young Kyle will shrink like the witch in Wizard of Oz. He would melt. Ambitious Hustler says, can you explain the new lease for me, please? Are you talking about this new lease? I would suggest that you actually call and speak to Jeff. I think that's what you're talking about. So what generally I can say is the difference is like there's no balloon payment. And it's just pay it out, right? So I'm paying it, and I plan to get it paid off in 3 years. That's an ambitious goal, but yeah. But yes, if you want more details about like trucking and what he can tell you now, I would suggest that you contact Truckers Education Network, Mr. Jeffrey liketrucking.com. I don't know if there's a phone number I should give out or whatever, Jeff. So if you want to leave some information, maybe Ambitious Hustler could talk to you. Learn a little bit more about it. Truck Pilot Nate says, Britt, I need to binge watch your channel. I only found you recently. I've enjoyed thus far. Yeah, you should. Nomadic Britt needs some views over there. Nomadic Britt's been doing some videos more recently, and so everybody should go check it out. Catch up on it. Nate, I need to get my arse back into making vids, but the last few months have been challenging. Yeah, but you know what, Nomadic Britt, you've been busier with more important things, so don't be mad at yourself. But just know that we love your videos, and we're waiting for whenever they come out. Truck Pilot Nate says, I understand I have yet to make one. I like going back and watching a channel from the beginning. I think it's interesting to see the channels grow. Yeah, plus you get the whole story, right? Truck Pilot Nate, you know the story. I got hours upon hours upon hours. Oh my goodness. But it's all my journey. Like, this channel is all about my journey, so I just want to share it with people, you know, and watch myself. Ooh, there's some big deer over there. How beautiful. Oh, okay. Fran says, well, I gotta go road hopping in my mega paid for truck that makes no money and stars me out. All right, Fran, I love you. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Have a great day. Marky Lee says, what's your dash look like so I can be happy for you, Shannon? Simply awesome. Okay, you guys want a view of the truck? I don't want to lose my space. Okay, hold on. Let me check comments. Let me see if I can catch up. Will Burner says, Shannon, it's because your truck is brand new that you're feeling all the power. The Detroit felt like that the day I rolled it off the assembly line as well, and it was brand new. Okay. Well, it feels good. It feels good. I'm telling you. Nevada says that truck should be at 7 to 8 miles per gallon if driven accordingly. Truckers Education Network says, Snorlord Shannon wants to have a Christmas party at Black Rock, and she already knows how to get everybody together for a safety meeting. Yeah. Yeah, that's 100 on that, Jeff. That was some of the best food I've ever had. I would love to go back there again. Next time I'm in town, let's go again. Will Burner Express says, Nevada, that truck is going to run her 8.5 to 9 miles per gallon the way it's set up. Trust me. Will Burner, so do you mean with the gear ratio and the torque? I know we didn't get to, I was going to call you about that, like to talk about it, so you could help me understand it better. But yeah, I think that's what you mean. Snorlord says, Will Burner, you are correct. Okay. Nevada says, very, very possible with that setup, fuel efficiency wasn't a target. Go Truck Yourself says, and you know, I mean, so far so good. You know, like yesterday, Jeff called me to tell me, you know, you think you should stop for fuel? And I'm like, nah, I got plenty. And I did. Like, even after I got to the fuel station, I still had tons of fuel left. So it's feeling very efficient. But I don't have any numbers for you guys because this is just my first trip. But I'm definitely watching it. But regardless, it's my truck. This is it. This is my truck. So, but it seems to be doing great so far. Go Truck Yourself says, Kyle, you'd be able to buy a new Tesla every month if you got 9 miles per gallon. Wheelburner Express says, I know, Snowlord. Nevada says, company driver. The post trip is in the house. Hey there, Spectre. I haven't seen you in a while. Thank you for coming in for coffee this morning. He says, congratulations and welcome to the big leagues. Thank you, sir. I'm very excited. I feel differently about working my face off now. But I'm excited for that. And I'm doing something that's going to benefit Mr. Lake's vision for his company. And I'm going to be a valuable part of the team. So I'm very excited to have the opportunity to be that. That's pretty freaking awesome to me. But that means a lot coming from you, Spectre. Thank you so much. Aqua says, truck looks amazing and you look gorgeous and radiant and happy. Good morning. Thank you. Aw, that was very nice. Everybody's saying hi to Spectre. The post trip says, congrats, Jeff and team, on getting the lease purchase side to the lease purchase side. The game has changed for the better. You know, I'm really excited about helping people in the right way, right? With integrity, respect, and professionalism. And you know, helping multiply everything. That's the vision, and it's so great. Like, that's so great to me. Wheelburner says, with the X15 efficiency motor and the automated transmission and gear ratio set up, because I told Wheelburner what it was, guys, so he knows. That truck is set up to make money. Now the driver just has to learn that her sweet spot is 60 to 65 miles an hour. You know what? Listen to this, guys. Okay, so yesterday, my truck will go like 79 miles an hour. Or 80, whatever. I'm not used to having that. I've always been governed at 65 miles an hour. So that's what I'm used to driving. When I go down the hills, like in the mountains, and I hit 70, like, I feel like that's so fast, right? I'm not interested in driving more than 65 miles an hour. So it's going to be easy for me. Although I will have the passing power, right, that I need. And then when I venture down back into Texas, I'll be allowed to go the speed limit. So that's the thing, but I'll be staying at 65. Like... And I already know Wheelburner's like, yeah, you're going to try it out. You're going to be pushing it a little bit. It's so fast. This thing is so powerful. Like, I tried 70, like, yesterday. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so fast. Like, I don't think I want to drive the truck that fast. Mark Ely says, anyone hauling potatoes out of Utah or Idaho this year? Everybody's saying hi to Spectre. Mark Ely says, I just subbed to Jeff's channel. Thank you, Mark Ely. You won't regret it. Like, there's a lot of teaching going on there. Stepped in Trucking says, sorry, back, had to get my truck. Oh, well, you missed the best part, so you're going to have to catch the replay, Chris. Stuart, the Hobby Trucker's in the house. Good morning, Stuart. Post-up says, Mark Ely, everyone loves taters. Everybody's saying hi to Stuart. Wheelburner says, congratulations, Shannon. I think this is the biggest crowd you've ever had. They love you, and they really love you. Look, I finally got my numbers matched. I have 30 people in, and I have 30 likes. Thank you all. Mwah. I would love to make that happen like every time. Of course, everybody would. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. We always have a good time in coffee chats when I can get around to it. I think the conversations are intelligent and always good and funny. You know, I'm no Cassius King or nothing like that. But we have some good learning conversations. And so for that, I would tell you, if you're new here, like, it's probably worth catching my lives. Snorlord says, don't let the fuel get too low too often. The injectors hate that. I know if you do that with your DEF, your truck hates it too. Yeah, no, I try not to make it a practice. Like, my empty line is a quarter of a tank. Right? That's what I set my mind to. If I'm at a quarter of a tank, it's time to get fuel. And I leave it at that. I mean, I practice running off of that. So that way, in case I'm ever in a jam or an emergency, or I get to the last fuel station and there's no fuel for God, whatever reason, then I still have plenty of fuel to get to another station. Stuart says, great setup, great team behind you, and great person behind the wheel. All the ingredients to be successful. That's how I feel, Stuart. Thank you. I just kind of feel like everything just got put into place, right? And so then now it's time to build on that, right? Just go more, go harder, go, right? Build something stronger. I don't have to worry about breakdowns, at least, knock on wood, right? But yeah, like, I feel like pieces have been put into place. And I'm very grateful. Like, make no mistake about that. And I really want to see this happen. I really want to help Jeff, like, develop something that works, that makes sense for the driver and for the new entrepreneur, the trucker entrepreneur, right? Something that works. Because I think in the long run, it'll create a team or even a network, right? If people do end up going out on their own, but we're so much stronger together, right? And if we can help each other build each other, I don't know. I just feel like it's a strong network, you know, that could come out of it like that. Nomadic Brit says, thanks, Stuart. Pigtails in the house. Hey, Pigtail. Yo, new truck lease purchase. Good morning. Good morning, Pigtail. Thank you for coming in. CB says, is there a comprehensive vision video from Jeff? I sort of understand where he's headed, but I would be interested in hearing it in one shot. CB, Jeff always kind of mentions bits and pieces in his videos. But Jeff, if you're still in here, there's a request from CB. I don't know if you feel like doing a video like that. I think that would be cool too. But yeah, I know that in the video that him and I just did when I got the truck, if you watched that, if you didn't watch it, like, I think I'm in the thumbnail with the truck. I did post it on my community page. Was it Monday? Last Monday, I think. This past Monday. I was there. We talked about it in that video. Obviously, that's not Jeff's entire vision for his business, but we touched on it there too. So you can watch that one for now, and then we'll ask Jeff to see if he wants to do something like that. Pigtail says, hammer down sometimes. Sometimes, Pigtail. I say hammer down all the time. Snarwood says, I get an alert if you get too crazy. Yeah, my vibes. The truck can feel my vibes, so if I get a little too much vibration going on in here, then my safety manager will get an alert. Twitch is in the house. Hey, Twitch, what's up? Thanks for coming in. Just heard the good news. Congratulations. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Everybody, like, thank you so much. It's it's still a challenge. This is a brand new truck, okay? It's a brand new truck, and it's a brand new truck payment. Like, you know? But I'm up for it. The math makes sense. Believe it or not. And if you can't wrap your head around that part, go to Truckers Education Network. The video that he just did the other night, he goes in depth about it. Giving some schooling about how you can see that, how you can see the math. I highly recommend everybody go watch that video. Sick Semper Tyrannus is in the house. Hey, Sick, I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for coming in. The post trip says, with that setup of 63 to 65 is definitely the sweet spot. Yeah, and Inspector, that's where like the factory like gives you that number that they're going to tell you what the miles per gallon is, right? They do that from 65 miles per hour. I heard that once. John 38654 is in the house. Congrats, Shannon. Been following you for a while. This is the best opportunity you can imagine. You've earned it. Man. First of all, let me be proper about the thing. All my praise and glory goes to God for this. Okay? And my gratefulness. God has been good to me and has carried me through all of this hard journey. And so, yes, I feel blessed. Yes, I feel like the heavens just opened up. You know, like the chains are gone. I am free. Now we can move and we can just do so much. I can be more creative. Like, I just busted out the handcuffs, you know? Out of the handcuffs. I'm just saying that. Like, wow. I'm so grateful, but glory to God. First and foremost, and always. The poster says, stay out of the horsepower, keep it in the torque. No turbo sound, basically. Okay. Is there a technique to do that? This is horsepower and torque's all like, you know, this is a lot. This isn't like my Freightliner. I had a DD13. It was a great truck. I love that truck. But the power difference and what I'm feeling is insane to me. Like, it's like, you know? Six Semper Tyrannus says, we're all counting on you to give Snorlord a hard time. Yeah. That's no worries. I won't make it too hard on him. But, you know, I'm looking forward to working with him and seeing things grow. Like, we're on to some really big things. And it's great to be with a team that has the same, you know, where we can be on the same page, you know. Stepped into Trucking says, you're right. I like listening to your lives, even though I'm one of the low-life company drivers, right, Snorlord? No, I think you are a model company driver for Melton. I think that you represent them very well and very professionally. So I appreciate that about your videos, Chris. Good work, Chris. Truckers Education Network says at post trip, thank you for the compliment. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Spectre. Dar says, so proud of you, Shannon. You've got this. Thank you, Dar. Wheelburner Express says, you guys are giving me so much love right now. I'm just like, thank you. Wheelburner says, I'm sending her a list of topics and situations just to get Snorlord all riled up. Send me a list of practical jokes. That would be funny. No, I can't. No, it is our trust is very important. Like, it's paramount. So I don't want to do, jokes are fine once in a while, but I don't want him to get to the point where, like, he can't trust anything I'm saying because he thinks I'm going to pull a joke or something. Trucking Reviews is in the house. Good morning. Just woke. How's everything doing? Great. And if you want more detail, please watch the replay. It's good stuff. It's all in there. Wheelburner says, Shannon, if I was able to come and work for Jeff, I would do it in a heartbeat. I told him that, Wheelburner. I wouldn't give it a second thought. I'd be there. Truckers Education Network says, is cross-docking in the future since we live in Buick City, maybe? I've been thinking about cross-docking. I don't know about anybody else, but I'm like, check this stuff out. Trucking Review says, just got here. What kind of new truck did you get? I'm about to show it off, Trucking Reviews. I'm just trying to catch up on comments. Six Temper Tyrannus says, Shane, busted out. Yes, I did. So, I'm unscathed. I have no humongous repair bill that I have to worry about. I walked into Dart with no money, and I'm walking out with no money. But I've made some money. My business has been supported, so I don't want to act like I didn't get paid. I mean, my business got taken care of before I did. Okay, so let's be clear. Will Burner says, just remember, Shannon, that even with the brand new truck, there are going to be some bugs that need to get worked out. Nobody can put that many parts together at one time and get it 100% right every time. Right. Yeah, it's to be expected, but to me, I feel like I have a safety net, right? The safer next 6 years, okay? No matter, Brett wants to know what cross-docking is. Post-trip says, DD13, no wonder the power is crazy. You talked a lot, I know. Like, you think I felt cool before Spectre? I'm like, right? Like, it's intimidating to me right now, but I'll get used to it. But I'm like, man, this is a truck. Like, this feels like a beastie truck. So it's kind of fun, right? I'll get used to it. I'm sure it'll calm down. But I drove very carefully yesterday. Just getting used to the feel of it, and steering it and turning it, and oh my God, you guys would have died laughing. I whacked my head on the mirror so bad. I was ducking. I'm used to my Freightliner, so I had my hood up at the fuel island, and I was checking over my truck, right? And I was putting my fuel locks in the tanks. And so I was rushing around the front, and I had my hood open, and I'm used to the duck that I do with my Freightliner, but it's not the same. I freaking whacked my head, and it was so hard that it pushed me back, knocked my hat off. It was hilarious. But yeah, that kind of sucked. But it's just a different feel. I'll get used to it, but it's cool. Right? It feels good. It feels like I just feel tougher, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what my torque spec and gear ratio was on my Freightliner compared to this one, right? Flatbed Truckers in the house. This is an International. It's a 2024 International with a Cummins X15 Efficiency Series and Eaton transmission. Trucker Review says she also has warranty with it, at least for a while. Yeah, 6 years, 600,000 mile warranty. I have diamond stitching, artificial wood grain, looks beautiful. And massaging chairs. Both chairs have back cyclers in them, and lots of lumbar support, so the seats are great. Extra big bunks, built-in APU, built-in fridge, Lots of space. It's very tall, right? So it feels really, really big in here. Six Emperor Tyrannus says, congrats, Jeff and company. Good to see everyone growing. Yeah, it's super positive. It's super positive. I feel super positive. I mean, you know, I always do. Even in my previous situation, I always felt super positive. And I hang on to that. You know, I'm looking at 4 deer. They're so beautiful. They're just like chilling over there. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 of them. But yeah, you know, and this is great because I see Jeff's vision. I'm super excited to be part of it and help him in any way that I can grow his business. And I know he's going to continue to further develop me to grow mine. I think it's a fantastic opportunity and partnership. Super excited about it. So I feel very positive about it. And I hope all of you do too. Like, I hope, like, be happy for us, please. It's good stuff. And we want to bless other people, right? We want to do things right so that we can bless other people. And I'm all about that. You know, that's super exciting to me. Will Burner Express says trucking review. I already said that already. Okay. I'm gonna show you in a minute trucking reviews. I'm just trying to catch up on comments. If I can get to the end here, I'm gonna show you the truck. Flatbed Trucker says I'm just had to have the injectors cleaned in my new 579 Peterbilt yesterday, but it's PACCAR motor. LOL. It's a company truck. Oh, okay. So you didn't have to pay for it. Thank God. Snorlord says, Britt, cross-docking is essentially a warehouse to deliver to if and when a direct delivery can't be made. He says, thumbs up. Chief Freight Hauler, is everyone having good luck with the X15? S125 says, LOL. S125, if I didn't say hi to you earlier, I can't remember. But welcome and thank you for coming in. Trucking Review says, I'm not going to lie, like all the amenities I have in my truck, like APU, heated, cooled seat, touch screen, entertainment dash, backup cam, but I don't really care for the Volvos. Unfortunately, I wish it was a Peterbilt. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. I know Jeff is a Volvo fan too. Cheap Freight Hauler says, had a lot of problems with the Cummins many years ago, but didn't get one in my new truck, but thinking of giving them another shot in the next. Snorler says, a truck with a backup camera. Six Semper Tyrannus says, I've had problems with every truck post 2009. That's okay. Okay, so for those of you that are stuck around or still in here, I think I got to the end of the comments list. So let's look at the truck. Okay, I think, let me see if I can zoom out. This is okay. So I got to back up. Okay, so there's a beautiful Dee Dee. That's where she likes to hang out, but I keep her away from my feet when we're driving. But other than that, that's her favorite spot. So, yeah, you got cruise control controls, light controls, and phone controls on the steering wheel. Let me get you a view of the dash. It's like digital and gauges, so that's cool to me. You know, it's got all the regular goodies in the so instead of on the steering wheel, we're like on the Freightliner, I would control that on the steering wheel. It's got a button over here, and this is how you toggle through stuff, right? It's like a little joystick. So that operates you toggling through your digital controls on there. But I got lots of gauges, which I love, love, love. Got some over here too. Right? So the standard is, you know, that's what that is. No big deal. There. My beautiful diamond stitching on my doors. Chrome handles. I got the light arrow light indicators and the mirrors over there. That's kind of cool. Back up. Excuse the stuff, but I haven't got everything picture perfect, but it's up there. So you have like a deep well storage here. It's not too deep. I wish it was deeper, or I wish they just had cabinets, but it's fine. This is this is my napkin holder right now, but this is actually a paper towel holder, so it holds a roll of paper towel. This is a compartment. I keep my owner's manuals, my certificate book in there, extra napkins, and that's above my CB actually. I don't know if you can see that, but that's where the important paperwork goes. I'm a woman who hangs on to the owner's manuals. Another well over here. So you got storage there. This is kind of deep, right? So this is the good, like, for the stuff you got to reach while you're driving. It's right above the driver's seat. Why am I so close? I'm trying to back it out. Okay, does that help? All right, so that's the compartment that you grab some stuff for. So this is what I don't understand though. Okay, like you see this sun visor? That's okay, but there's this extra. Oh, I just figured it out. Look at this. So you have this visor, and you can move this over there. Is that what it does? And then you got another one. Oh man, look at that. 2 sun visors. I just figured that out. I kept looking at it like, why are there 2 of these here? That is super awesome. Another bonus I didn't even know we had. Okay, so that's on just the driver's side. The other one on the passenger side is just a single. Okay, so this is Dee Dee's spot. She's got her little puppy blanket there because I don't want her touching the seats. And we have a wee pad in case there's an emergency. She's highly trained to do it there. So it can be cleaned up very quick. That's what happens when you have a dog in the car. You could be stuck in traffic. You have to have a backup plan in case there's an accident. So she is proven perfect on that. So I never have to worry about her messing her like on the truck itself. Okay, so we have nice curtains here that actually have the magnetic strip, right? That's how they connect. Very thick insulated. Sorry I'm so close. This is terrible. So very insulated curtains, very thick, right? Again, the magnetic strip encloses them. Let me get back. So this is my extra stuff on the top bunk for now until I can figure something out. I'm just utilizing it for storage, but it's an extra large bed. So it's bigger than the average. And then you have storage here, goes pretty deep back there. There's the APU. I got large windows on both sides, which is awesome for lighting. Let me open them up so you can see them. Right, look how much light. I got these 2 big windows on each side. Very nice. I like that because it makes it more of an open feel. Those are my family pictures right there. But yeah, oh, so the TV mount. I've got 2 household plugs there. I've got 2 household plugs there. There's a USB port, a 12 volt also port. Down there behind my pillow, there's some cup holding and like a little place for like if you want to put your jewelry or something, right? It's a little tray built in. This lifts up to get underneath, but this is different than the Freightliner. You have this storage space under here, which is pretty big. Like Dee Dee could totally like make that her little spot. I'm not putting stuff there because I don't like stuff on the floor. But you can open up the whole thing and get to all the opening underneath, which goes pretty much, because of this space here, it goes long ways. I'm talking about underneath, which you can access from the side door. There's one side door. The other place where another side door would be is actually the APU. So you can access it from this side door down there. It is key locked, but I was able to slide my load bar and my broom long ways under there. So it's actually inside the truck. Easy to pull out. It's fine with me. And then I still had room for my fuel ox fluids, my extra antifreeze oil and bug washer, and my tool bag. So it's a nice big storage space. I'm not going to open these up because my stuff's in there. But when you open these up, they have 3 shelves on here, which is nice. And then this is the closet. It's actually below, right? And so this funky looking thing right here is a step. So instead of having a ladder up to your top bunk, you have this strong step here. And so that one's your closet. So then you have a nice deep drawer here. You have this cabinet here, but this gives you an idea of the shelving, right? That's the same on the other side. Look, I need a space saver. But yeah, so that's where I put like all that stuff. That's my silverware and kitchen utensils, extra toilet paper and stuff up there. And then I have like my groceries in there, some canned goods and my protein shake containers and all that. So there's these nice thick pads. They're like very insulate, so I can, and it's Velcro around the window, so I just pop them up there. And then and so I got nice size windows on the top, right? This top bunk. So lots of light, which makes it feel very large and spacious. So that's very comfortable. So that's the inside. Okay, let me flip you back. Do you want to walk around the outside? Here, let me... Man, a backup camera on a semi would be cool. Pigtail says, I drive a Volvo. Love the interior. Snowler says, I have had 3 trucks with a Cummins. I had very few major issues, and they were all DPF. Hate DPF. Pigtail says, I hate DPF. Six Semper Tyrannus says, no pee bottle. Pigtail says, Norlord, I'm driving for the next 8 days. Trucker Review says, Pigtail, the biggest problem I have with my 2020 Volvo VNL 860 is that I have the dinette set, so the bottom bed sucks. I'm 6'4", so not comfortable for me. You know, I always thought that dinette set was very, very cool, but I would think about, like, that ruins the bed situation because you can't put a nice mattress in there, and it can't be comfortable, because every time I seen them fold stuff out, or it's like your RV, right? You can't put the nice, comfortable mattresses in there because it's just, they have to be thin so they can fold up or hide away. Nevada says, does it have a TPMS tire pressuring rod? Yes, it does. It also has where it weighs my back axles, like not by PSI, but by actual weight. So I know what my back axles are weighing, which that is super, super awesome. And it tells me the tire pressure in all the tires, which is super awesome. So I'm like, man, I feel so spoiled in this truck. Like it does a lot. Snorler says, I had a Volvo that had those light indicators in the mirror, and they're very cool. and more visible when cars need to know I'm moving. Yeah, I think so too. Because they don't seem to get it any other way. Like that, I feel like it's more visible, and the drivers are used to cars doing that now, so I guess it clicks better, seems like. Trucker Review says, yeah, I have turn signals on my mirrors on my Volvo. Okay. Pigtail says, yeah, I think it's cool. You know, it's different for me. Pigtail says, we have a 6'5" driver with a V&L 860 with active steer, so I understand. Nevada says, love those curtains. Yeah, they're really thick. Like, so that's going to be good in the winter time because I'll just be able to heat the sleeping area like very easily, and it'll hold the heat in. And the fact that those magnets are nice too. They stick together real nice. Pigtail says, the interior of the Volvo is my favorite. Reliability of the Volvo, not so much. Trucker Review says, my 2021 579 themed was awesome, so comfortable half the time. I didn't want to get out of it. When it has to, when I have to, when it's time to drive. Yeah, like this is RV style, right? Is it not? I mean, I'm like, wow. I feel like it's as close to an RV without being an RV that you could probably get, minus the bathroom, you know, the big cabs. But I'm just saying for one of these small ones. Snorlord says you can kick those windows out in a fire emergency. Oh, I didn't know that. Snorlord says, don't use that dental floss on the floor. Don't let the dog get that. What does she got now? Oh, yeah. It's down there because she took it from me. She's a little sneaker. What you got now? How do you do that? Yeah. Barry Harbin says, hopefully you're governed at 92. I think I'm at 80. I think Jeff had it set to 80. But 80, dude, I'll never go that fast. 6 Semper Tyrannis says, Snorlord wants to see your pre-trip. It's just like everybody else's. There's 8 million YouTube views on the pre-trip. I do my pre-trip, and I do put it in the system like I'm supposed to. Okay, you want to see the outside? Okay, I'll show you the outside. A lot better sleeper than a Freightliner. Yeah, I agree. What I'm not sure about right now is if I can fit a twin size mattress up there. And then this seems like a specialized size. So I don't like that in trucks. Like, I like the Freightliner because I could just get a standard twin and put it in there. But we're going to figure out a new mattress, because right now I just have the truck mattresses that came on it. And I took the top bunk and put it down on the bottom bunk and stacked them. And then I put my spongy mattress pads on top of that just to make it comfortable, because they're those terrible mattresses, right? So I had to leave my other great mattress, my twin size mattress, at dark because I couldn't fit it in the rental car. So I had to leave it in the truck. So I had to get a new bed. Trucker Review says, the one thing I wish International would do is make where you can lift the top bunk up instead of it being permanently down. Yeah, I normally like that too, but it's not an issue because it's so tall. Oh, it's so tall. So I think that makes up for it. Nevada says yes. Trucker Review says yes. Let's do the outside. Okay, Snorlander wants to see your pre-trip. Okay, when you change a tire, make sure that they reset the monitor. Otherwise, the truck has an alarm that will make you want to drive it in the ditch. Okay, thanks for that, Nevada. Trucker Review says, I had an International with all the bells and whistles when I was KTS out of Salt Lake City. Didn't care for the stationary top bunk. You can't put it up. Nevada says twin XL. Oh, okay. On the top bunk. It's the mattress to make it storage. Yeah. Oh God, you know, they're those crappy ones that are like in your grandma's couch when she has to fold out the bed for you when they spend the night. Right? That's the mattresses that are in trucks. Okay, all right, so let me put you down for a second. I'm going to put my jacket on and we'll do an outside view. Oh, Dee Dee, look at she's so excited. We're going outside. We're going outside, Dieters. What's this? You want to go outside? What do you see? You want to go outside? Oh, thanks. Jeff put the measurements of the mattresses in there for us again. Twin will fit on both bunks. Okay, thanks, Jeff. Trucker Reviews wants to know where everyone's at. He's in Iowa. Okay, let's give me a second. Let me grab the leash. Where's your leash? Here it is. A squirrel. I gotta take Dee Dee because she would be mad at me if I didn't bring her out. She's probably gotta go potty anyway. She's been going nuts, like being bored. Come on, girl. All right. Gotta go sideways. Okay. So, the cool thing about this that I love about it the most, that's weird. It looks like my lights are blinking, but they are not. I don't know why it looks like that on camera. So these lights are, I hope you can see it on the camera. They're the way that they're made looks like they're diamonds. So when they're on at night, they look really pretty. They're not blinking though. To me on the camera, it looks like they are. But look at all this chrome. Look at how beefy this truck looks. Look at chrome, 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 chrome. I've never had this much stuff on a truck like this. There is our like trucking logo. The truck number is 101, which I got to choose. So this is the LT model. This copper color you can't tell, but it's got a lot of flake in it. It's very, very glittery in the sun. Very pretty. I would have never picked a copper color, but it's actually really pretty. It's prettier than the old ones because the old copper is dull. This one they did here is more glittery and shiny. So here's the side view. I got great big tanks. I can hold a whole lot of fuel. Got my grandbabies on there. Thank you, Jeff, for that. That's special. That's my APU. APU is built in, so you won't see it here, right? But it's right here. So, yeah. All this is tank. I got a lot of fuel capacity. So I got chrome, these things. I forget, somebody told me what they were actually called. But, yeah. And then I got these nice chrome wheels. And I got chrome back here. Right? With my international mud flaps. So we'll walk around again with the Dieters. No, come on. She just goes over and lays down, trying to move. So this is it, guys. This is the pretty penny. I get to name this one because I'll be having it for a long time. So I decided to go ahead and give it a name. Well, let's watch Dee Dee for a second while I look at the comments. Truck Review says, I'm happy for you. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, I definitely will. I am enjoying it. I drove with the back cycler on all day yesterday. It was great. Truckers Education Network says a twin will fit in both bunks. I swear that. I'm in Ohio, so it's gloomy here, right? Pale Rider TV says, can't go wrong with the Pro Star. Trucker Review says, good old Wyoming just went through their nice whiteout conditions at 15 miles an hour. Does Wyoming ever get nice? I'm just curious. Nevada says North Dakota playing in the snow. Snowing there? This is Ohio. I'm in Medina, Ohio. Tolga says get closer, it's gonna stop blinking. Oh, it does? That's just, it's just like so pretty. Come on girl. Let's see. We're gonna go closer to see if you can see the diamond effect on it. It's really cool. I tried to do it last night, but it's just too bright. Can you guys see that? It's like crystal cut or something, right? Look at, see how it looks like diamonds? Isn't it neat? I think so. Quarter fenders. Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, I got chrome quarter fenders. Her name is the Pretty Penny. Barry Harbor says, Mr. Like, you did a fine job. I think my air hose and pigtail might be hanging kind of low. I was thinking about that yesterday. Yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely hanging too low. I gotta tie it up. Thank you for mentioning that because I had forgotten. I was worried about it yesterday. Because it was like strapped up with a zip tie from the dealership. Why did Jeff pick copper? Well, I'll let Jeff answer that. I love that the truck gives you miles to empty. Super helpful with the trip planning. No kidding. That's why yesterday, like when Jeff was telling me, like maybe the dial was like on maybe almost a quarter of a tank, but he's in the fuel station's like 60 miles away. He's like, you might want to stop and splash some fuel in there, right? And I was like, well, I was left. So he told me maybe we don't want to trust it, but I'm gonna I think it's accurate. I really do. Because my fuel gauge, as far as I drove, like didn't even barely move. I'm sorry, is the camera messing up? $17K in the box makes Wyoming tons of fun this morning. Oh my God, CB, please be careful. That sucks. Nevada says, yeah, those running lights can burn out in spots. Bother the hell out of me, but there's worse things to gripe about, right? CB says, I love the copper. 6 says, Yeah, nice paint. It is, like, it's growing on me, you know? Because it's so glittery in the sun, right? It makes it pop in a different way. Like, the old ones are dull. They're that dull color, copper color. Yeah, Nevada, that's how I feel. Like, I wouldn't pick it out of the lineup, but it is a beautiful truck. Like, it's growing on me. So, penny color, you know, the penny thing is, and the fact of that's my new pretty penny, right? So name 6 says, I love the black, but it's just too hard to keep it looking clean. Yeah, I think this one's gonna seem like it's cleaner longer just because of the color, maybe. And also the black is like an oven in the sun. Oh my gosh. Truckers Education Network says the only new truck available better than the awesome tomato truck. So it's hard to get brand new trucks right now, guys, apparently. And this one was the new one that they had there. And so that's how we got this one. Trucking Review says, with that copper, would be cool if the rims and chrome were black. Oh, you think so? Be all blacked out? Yeah, I think that would look cool. Nevada says, put a X guard on the truck. Good investment. They're cheap for that truck. Oh, cool. Yeah, I thought about that. Man, that would be look even tougher. But yeah, I definitely don't want to hit a deer or nothing like that. So I'll look into that. You got to pick the right style, right? It's got to look good. But then again, sometimes I think about it too, and I'm like, I don't want to mess with my fuel mileage, you know? I'll have to look at them, find a good style, I guess. I definitely don't want to hit a deer. Because look, we got that painted bumper on there, right? That's all the more reason to get a guard. Because messing up a painted bumper is not the same as like just the gray ones. But yeah, I like my ground effects. They're very low to the ground. And then in the front, for the front one, it's just got like a black rubber one there underneath. So I like that it's not so close to the ground like the Freightliners are, that are super aerodynamic with that bumper. I got room to go through some dirt a little bit, you know, because I go to mills a lot. So sometimes it's dirt and it's not always smooth. So I got to have room to bounce a little bit. Trucker Review says, it saved my truck once in Atlanta and Cali from cars running into me and cutting me off. Oh, wow. I always think about deer. Nevada said, I did the big one. It saved my truck a couple of times. Her color will conceal the blood and guts. That's awesome. Oh, hang on. Okay. Barry Harbinson says, no generic white truck for Shannon and Dee Dee. They are high class. Yeah, you know, I'm definitely blown away. I really am. So thank you, Mr. Like. Thank you, Like Trucking. I mean, I'm super excited, guys. This is a definite elevation situation for me and my business. So I hope that you can all be happy for me and cheer me on as I go forward. And I will continue to share my journey now with Like Trucking. So if anybody is interested in talking to Jeff and asking more questions about Like Trucking or his future plans here for lease purchasing or bringing on drivers, if you already have a truck, please get in contact with them. Or, you know, you can reach Snorlord, drop them a message in their videos that you want to talk with them. You can go to laketrucking.com, check it out there. But I encourage you to do so, because we're in a very strong forward momentum and we're doing lots of exciting things, and it's really cool to be a part of it. So Max Force says it has a really nice sleeper and you can get daylight. Yeah, did you see that? I just showed it a few minutes ago. I love the light. I love the light from the windows. Like, I was a little like, you know, I had a door in my Freightliner. The door is not all that in a bag of chips, and I'll tell you guys why. Because it tends to bend very easily. And so then when you're looking down the side of the truck, you can see that it's kind of popping out a little bit. So then in the wintertime, it's an air leak, right? So I'm not so much a fan of the door as I was when I first got it. I'd rather have the insulation airtight, more airtight, so that we can keep the heat in or the cool in. So I'm kind of glad this doesn't have a door, but the size of the windows is absolutely wonderful because of the light that it brings in. And it just, the whole interior of the truck feels so spacious. And it drives like a powerhouse, man. I know some of you are probably laughing at me about that, but Nomadic Britt says finally offloaded, so let's go play with Chicago traffic. Go get that money, Britt. You know, and it is, I've never been a fan of copper because it's orangey and whatnot, but you know what? Like I said, it's beautiful, and especially in the sun when you see that flake pop out. And I think all the chrome is kind of fun. It's growing on me. I mean, but it's pretty. It's just different for me. That's all. I'm so used to like Freightliner. Barry Harbison says, Mr. Britt, the Chicago people will benefit from your influence. Will Burner says, it doesn't matter. Let them laugh at you, Shannon. It's your little powerhouse. Yeah, we're going to get some money. Okay? This is the machine. I mean, it's kind of tough looking, right? I think so. It's tough and elegant. Yeah. Very comfortable, though. Once I get the right mattresses, like, it's going to be tough me wanting to get out of the truck, too. You get so comfortable in there. I have so much room. I think I can even do jumping jacks in there. I'm not kidding. And I'm 5'9", you guys. I'm not a little short. I'm 5'9". So, anyways, that's the deal. I love you guys for your support. Thanks for hanging out with me in this thing. I gotta go to the bathroom. And I'm about an hour before my actual appointment. They haven't called me yet. Bummer. But I'm gonna get Dee Dee. Let me give you Dee Dee Cam for a minute. I want to make another cup of coffee, and I have to go potty from the first one. Thanks, CB. This is my little powerhouse, okay? This little stinker. No, I'm just kidding. She's so much fun. Okay, I gotta tell you something funny about Dee Dee, okay? So, I've been laughing at her because of her missing teeth. Because she's literally tore up my hands with those stinking needle teeth, right? What are you doing? She's playing with me right now. What are you doing, good girl? Isn't she cute? We hardly ever get a chance to look at her because she's moving all the time. She was 22 pounds at the vet last week. Chief Ray Holler says, oh, you got to put train horns on it. I know, right? I was like, the only thing this is missing is a train horn. Because that's how you feel. That's how I feel. That's how I feel driving it. Like I'm in a big old hood truck, right? And so I'm feeling all tough and like now I need a train horn. Toga says, it was a nice conversation. Thanks for sharing, ma'am. I wish an excellent day to all. You too, Toga. Barry says, be careful, Shannon. Enjoy your day. Snorlord says, I'm sorry. I made your dog pee all over the rental car. It was okay. It wasn't bad because it didn't soak in the seat. And I was able to clean it up. She just got... Dee Dee got so excited. This is the other funny thing. Dee Dee got so excited when she met Snorlord that she peed. Because she's one of those dogs that pees when she's super excited. But it's a tinkle. It's not, she doesn't go full on pee. She just can't help herself. She gets so excited. Perfect dog for me, right? We have the same personality. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Wheelburner says, are you sure it was the dog, Snorlord, or are you just looking for someone to blame? Wheelburner says, make some money first, Shannon. Train horns and Chrome don't make you any more money, and they don't make you go any faster. Yeah. He says, I get that a lot. Snorlord says, I get that a lot. Yeah, I'm not trying to spend any money right now. Like, I have some recovery work to do because Dart is going to send me a bill for the lease exit and, for the detailing and the PM and all the stuff they got to do to get it ready for the next driver. So I have a chance to go make some money right now and get ready for that to come in, which is exactly what I need to focus on. Thanks, This Trucking Life. Thank you, sir. And thank you for coming in. So that's what I'm going to focus on. Like, I need to get financially, back stabilized. And I'm not worried about the fun stuff, right? Like the train horns or the wheel covers. And my wheels are so beautiful, I don't want to cover them. But I've been thinking about trying to increase the aerodynamics. So I was thinking about some of those flat wheel covers for the back. But I'm not worried about any of that stuff right now. I'm worried about staying running. Snorlord says, most people get excited when they see me and pee a little. It's the beard. I was going to say it, but I'm glad you said it. What are you doing, bad girl? Going on your leash? Wilburner says, I know how you feel, Snorlord. It happens to me all the time. Well, that's what it is to be a celebrity, guys, right? You're celebrity YouTubers. That's what happens. But speaking of peeing a little, I think I'm going to close this. Thank you for hanging out. We got 2 hours and 43 minutes. I love you guys so much. You're so freaking awesome. And there will be more to come. So stay subscribed and keep the bell on. And I'll see you soon. Have a great day today.